Okay, so today I'm going to make some chips, or in Ghana we call it Achomo. It's just a nice party snack. So what you need is you need some plain flour, you need some sugar, granulated sugar. Where does it say that? Just granulated sugar. And then you need some butter or margarine. I'm catering for a large party, so what I've done is I've got 1.5 kilograms of plain flour here. I'm going to add 1 dessert spoonful of ground nutmeg. Obviously, if it was for less people, or the amount of people was less, then you'd add less ground nutmeg. We also need to add some baking soda. Yeah, we add just like a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda or bicarbonate of soda to this. If you have a smaller quantity, then it's probably like a pinch of baking soda. You need some salt as well. So you add a teaspoon of salt to this. And then we're going to add 2 cups of sugar to this. But the amount of sugar you add, again, that's up to you. It depends on how sweet you want it. Those people that are making it with garlic or onion, they don't even add any sugar at all to it because they want to be more savory. So all you have to do now is mix this up. Just mix it with your hands.
Because I want it to be
So I'm going to now add the margarine or butter to it. I add, for this amount, for when you're making for 1.5 kilograms of plain flour, you need to add 300 grams of the margarine or butter, because I want it to taste quite crunchy when you bite into this. So once you've added this, you need to mix it again with your hands. Okay, so to test that it's mixed well, you take like a lump full, squeeze it, and if it forms like that, it stays like that for a bit, that means it's been mixed thoroughly. So what we do next is we add roughly 2 3/4 cups full of water. But you just don't add all the amount of water yet, because you need to mix it. When it forms the consistency of the dough that you want, then that's fine. So I've added roughly 2 cups of water in there, and I'm just going to mix it just to see what consistency comes up. There's still a little bit of flour left over, mixture that's not formed, so I need to add some more water to it. Yeah, because of the consistency, I actually added all the water to it. So in here we have 2 3/4 cups of water, and it's slightly warm water. I mean, normally you use cold water, but the water from the tap is actually too cold, it's too icy, so that's why I'm making it warm water today. But normally you would use cool water. I'd say cool rather than cold. Yeah, this mixture is quite good because, as you can see, when I'm mixing it, not too much of the dough is sticking to my fingers. If a lot of the dough was sticking to your fingers, then you have to add a little bit of more flour. Just add it like pinches at a time. Obviously, if the thing wasn't mixing well, there was still some powder left over, then you'd add just a little bit of water as well to it. And this is quite a fine consistency, so I'm just kneading this mixture. Okay, so this dough is perfect, so it's now time for us to roll out the dough and cut it to the shape you want. The reason why I added the baking soda is because I want it to be crunchy. And also what I found is that and I added quite a bit of butter to it so that it'll be crunchy as well and not be too hard. And what you find is that if I didn't add the baking soda to it and I was frying it, it would soak up a lot of oil. So the combination of baking soda and butter makes it crunchy and not soak up too much oil. I mean, this tends to happen if the oil is not too hot, but even if the oil is not too hot and you're still frying it, because you've added the baking soda to it, it still won't absorb as much oil to it. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to now knead this dough. Roll out the dough and cut it to the shapes that we want. Okay, a way to know that the dough is done is when you poke it, it should spring back slightly, but it's also important that when you actually pinch it, It's not too firm.
Yeah, because of the margarine.
It's not too firm. I mean, this is because of the margarine that's you put in it. But that's how you know that it's actually quite a good dough, because it's not too sticky. It doesn't stick to the fingers too much. But when you poke it, it does spring back, but not to this consistency of bread. It springs back, but not as quick, and it's not too sticky when you. I mean, it pinches quite nicely too. You see, it's pinching quite nicely.